Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for hitting that play button for another episode of the Hetty Coleman podcast, where I sit down with fabulous people so they can share their story so that you can learn from it, be inspired by it, and connect. And today I sit down with Stephanie Montelongo. However, before I jump into that, I just want to share a little bit of what I did today. For those of you who are listening on podcast audio, you will not be able to see this, but I went and got red socks because I'm giving away a pair of red socks every month. So if you don't follow me, go and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Hetty Coleman. Instagram is actually Hetty.Coleman, but Hetty Coleman, search Hetty Coleman, you should be able to find me. But I went and got some red socks for our winner, and I need to mail these off tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Also, I went by my friend's store, Blue 7. Caleb Arter, he and his wonderful wife own Blue 7, and they have a fabulous team that is here, that is in Oklahoma City. So, but I went by there, and there was a couple there with one of my friends named Kuhn Vega. Kuhn is a designer, and he had been working with this couple, and it was an older couple, but they wrote this book, and they were giving out like these bookmarks, some stickers. And so I'm going to have them on my podcast. And again, if you listen on audio, you can't see it. I'm sorry for doing this. But so anyway, I'm really excited about potentially having them on the podcast so that I can interview them and they can share their story so you can learn from it, be inspired by it, and connect. Because I enjoy having go-in conversations with fabulous people. And then also, I just want to remind you all, for those of you watching on You Matter, I just showed them. If you want to see this, if you're listening on audio, you can't see it, go to YouTube, search Hetty Coleman, and you'll be able to see that. You'll see the red socks and these cool stickers and bookmarkers that I got from the older couple. I shouldn't say the older couple, but they got a really fresh logo and everything. Kuhn Vega did a really good job of designing their stuff. So anyway, we're going to jump right into this going conversation that I have with Stephanie, who is a photographer. I met Stephanie just from greeting at events in the Oklahoma City metro area. And I just really have found her to be a super cool lady, and I thought, man, I want to get her on the podcast. I want her to share her story, and I think that for some of you all out there who are just starting out as a photographer, I think you all can learn from one another, and I'm deeply appreciative of Stephanie's story and her journey and how she's just jumping out there. Let's jump into this. Yeah. What's up, Stephanie? How are you doing today?
I'm good. You?
I am good. Hey, I'm so glad you joined me today, all the way in Guthrie, America. So this is your first time here in Guthrie, America?
Yeah, this is my first time in Guthrie, America. I was like, I've always wondered where it was because I always see people go to Hoboken.
Yeah. Now, a lot of photographers come to Guthrie and go walk around and take pictures because of the buildings and everything. So I don't know if you have to rush out after this. You definitely should go get you a couple of snapshots. And it's a great. I'll try to walk everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's a great little downtown to walk. I live about 2 blocks from here, and so I try to walk everywhere. So, but we'll jump right into this. If you would give me your 120-second story is what I like to ask people to do.
All right, my 120-second story. Okay, so I was born in Durango, Mexico. I moved to Oklahoma, maybe I was 1 year, 9 months, around that time. And then now I am 21. I freelance photography, film. And yeah, that's probably shorter than 120 seconds, but I don't know.
No.
Exactly.
You don't have to. It doesn't have to be 120 seconds. Just so photography and film.
Yeah.
Which one do you lean towards the most, and which one do you enjoy the most, and why?
So I really love video film the most. That's what I want to dedicate, like long term. That's what I see myself doing the most. Is film work. But which ones do I like the most? Video. But like right now, whenever I do a lot of video work, I miss photography. Like right now, I'm really itching to take some pictures in sunset. But whenever I do a lot of photography work, I miss filming. So it's just, yeah.
Yeah. So do you do that full time? Is that like your full time gig?
Yeah, I'm able to do it full time. Yeah.
What is the most challenging thing about trying to do that full time?
Consistency, or just, I would say consistency. On you doing the work. And trying to find you don't have no stability really, or at least I don't. I just started. At least I know some freelancers out there that might have some sort of stability. But
now, how do they get stability? Like, is it a retainer fee? Like, they may, so let's say that they work for Hetty and I pay them $1,000 a month and they just do all my photography. How do you grow to a place to where it's like I can have some stability in my income?
Retainers are really good. I have a friend who told me that I need to get retainers. So anybody want to give me retainers? But no, retainers, those are that was my goal this year, to get a retainer. Thank you for reminding me. No, I was like, I need a retainer. And I feel like I have a retainer in some sense with some businesses in exchange. But yeah, you just have to really work a lot or put yourself in those spaces. Or like, even if you're not working and you want to go film something for fun, but I don't like to call it for fun anymore. It's like really like, for me, it'd be like investing. Like, let's say like the JB food ones. Like, I like doing that. That's like work that I can bring back to like actual potential clients. Food wise, I just
So are you in the food?
Yeah, I'm in
the food. Or
does
it just so happen that's just the event that he does?
No, I'm in the food, and aside from just helping with JB and stuff, I'll do content for businesses. But no, I'm in the food and having fun with making content for food, but not like, I'm not like your food photographer. Like, Dwelling Table.
I'm
not him. I'm not Brandon. I'm not Brandon. No, but I have fun with.
Yeah. So kind of going back to when you were a kid, right? Was there a time in your life that early you knew that you wanted to be work behind a camera? Like, when did that come about for you? Or no, first tell me, what was it that you wanted to do when you were a kid? Like, when I'm an adult, I want to be what?
Okay, whenever I was a kid, I always wanted. I was really into playing like video games, and I just really wanted to be a professional race car driver. That or DJing. My uncle, he would come to the family parties with his DJ set, and I was like, let me get behind there, you know. And then I really always took into. I really always wanted to be a photographer.
Okay.
Or filmmaker.
Was there somebody in your life that was a photographer? Like, who was there? Somebody like, man, that's super cool, or you just have always been drawn to picture photos? No,
I think I've always been drawn to that. Like, you'll never see me in family pictures or videos when we were younger, because I was the one.
Oh, okay.
I was the one filming them, you know. So I think I was in 11th grade in high school, and it was just like getting serious. Like, all right, what am I gonna do after high school? Like, college doesn't really interest me, or what I want to do. Like, I know college isn't going to take me, or I know I can get those connections or whatever. Like, I wanted to do film and photography. I'm like, I don't think I need I know what I want to do, and like, college does not have that for me. I know they have some programs, but so I told my mom in 11th grade I want to do film, this and that, but that was still the goal, like, go to college. But she was just like, why don't you get like a job, like why don't you go be a lawyer or doctor and something like that? And I was just really, really sad, because she was like, make that a hobby, like what you want to do. And I was just like, that really hurt. But like later, like, here I am.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't listen to her. She tells me that.
Did she tell you that now? She's like, I'm glad you didn't listen to me. So what have you done, like when you were in 11th grade till now, and you didn't go to school, so you didn't get any formal training? What would you say to somebody out there right now? They may want to become the same thing, and what would you say? Hey, do this consistently in order to get to a place to where you're at now.
Okay, so I didn't go to college necessarily. You want me to put it closer?
No, not closer. Just turn it towards you. Yeah.
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't necessarily go to college, but right after high school, I didn't have gigs or anything, so I had to do something. So I went to tech school for video production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for video production. Francis Soto. Have you heard of Francis Soto? They were a sister program with, I think that's what they call a sister program, with PC West.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want to say what high school I went to. With the high school I went to. So I was just like, oh, it's free. Let me see what programs they have. And they had broadcast and film. And what caught my eye in that was the film part, not the broadcast. It's like still video, but it's like a newsroom kind of thing. And it was fun. It was more, that class was leaning more towards broadcast. So there was times I didn't really want to be there. I was just I'm ready to I don't have to be here. This isn't whatever. But I still finished the program. And even while I was in that program, I got my own camera. Well, my mom got me my camera. And
so was this your first camera?
Yeah, this was my first camera. There was school cameras that they let us borrow, but
this was yours.
This was mine.
What was it?
Canon 70D.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Yeah.
Mom went all out.
Yeah, one of her friends was selling it, and I really wanted one, and I wanted a different one that was a newer model, but it wasn't better than the 70D, and I was really pushing for the T7i or T6i, the Rebel.
Yep.
And I was just oh, my friend is selling me this one. I'm just no, the new one. But I'm glad I didn't go with the other one. The 70D was, it was meant to be, honestly.
Yeah. Do you still have it?
Yes, I still have it.
That's cool. That is so cool. Yeah. And so you went to tech school for a little bit. What are some other things that you feel like has helped you kind of cultivate and grow your craft?
Asking my friends if they wanted to go out and shoot. After I started posting them online, people right away hey, how much do you charge? And I was like, you're gonna pay me? You're gonna pay me?
Yeah.
And just really going out, practicing. Even though I went to school and they taught me, I read a book that tells me what shutter speed, what frame rate, this and that is, and I passed the test. I still, even when I went outside with my camera, when I actually got my camera, I didn't know what so-and-so was. And it really took me maybe a year to really figure out, even aside from school, to figure out more things and learn.
Now, do you shoot manual or? No,
shoot manual.
Yeah.
In school at Francis Soto, Mr. Salim, he stressed that out at the beginning of courses. Here, we do everything manual, nothing auto. It's just what have I been doing? And there's actually I learned what auto manual, what the camera was, and I was just there's no way. How am I gonna learn how to do this manually? That means I have to control this entire thing. And I was pretty I'm not gonna make it through. Yeah. But yeah, all of that took me over a year or more than a year to learn. I can simplify or teach it to somebody else in 5 minutes, and I'm just oh, I didn't have somebody like that. I wish somebody taught me this.
Yeah. That's cool. So you said that you would gather your friends and just say, let me take you out and shoot you.
Yeah.
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
No, it does not sound right. I always say, I'm going to go shoot a wedding. And I'm just yeah. It's probably not right.
Let me take you out and shoot you. Yeah. But you would take them out, and over time, so would you take it back home after you take the pictures and play with it and kind of look through the photos? And then also, do you do all your own editing?
No, yeah. Even when people started hitting me up for paid little gigs, I would edit it on my phone. I didn't have a computer or a laptop or anything.
What did you use?
I would use Visco, and I would edit. I wouldn't try to make it seem not too Visco-ish, because you don't or just to make it seem the most natural. If I was using Lightroom, so I would edit them on Visco. I didn't have a laptop or anything, so I had to get on my phone, transfer the files and send them to my phone. I think with the 70 you can do that, or I don't know how I transferred them. It was probably that I could probably transfer them from my phone.
You probably use the Canon app, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I would think, yeah.
Yeah, that's what and then I would edit them. But like this wasn't just like any like friends. This had to be friends. Like you had to have like a good time. Like that they didn't mind the camera, because I didn't really get too posy whenever I was out there practicing. We would just have fun. Take a picture here and there. Just
kind of action shots.
Yeah, action shots and portraits.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
That is so cool. Yeah, so whenever I was in college, I took a class. I wanted to be a photographer, and I took one like a dark room class. So at this time, showing you how to produce your own film and all that kind of stuff. But the key was to do it over and over again, right? And the more that you did it, the more you become familiar with not only just your camera, but angles, utilizing daylight versus using natural lights versus studio lights, and all that. The more you do it, the better you get at. The hard part for me was then bringing it back to like Photoshop and things like that. I just didn't have the eye for color correction and things like that. For you, how have you? Were you just kind of natural at seeing the color correction kind of stuff, or has that come over time?
I think it has come over time. At first, whenever I would edit them on my phone, I wouldn't get the full potential that you would get off editing in a laptop.
Yeah.
So whenever I did get a laptop and I got Lightroom, I was just like, oh, my VSCO preset isn't on here. Like, like where the colors? But I figured it out, and like even now, looking back at my older stuff, I can see like I didn't really know a lot about how a lot of my like older pictures really look green tintish, because I didn't like but now I really like look at that. I can notice it, and
just by looking at my wife's the same. I'm like, I don't even see what you're talking about.
No, yeah. And I just try to keep it as natural as possible. I'm not really into, like, some people will ask me like, you use Photoshop to edit this and that. I'm like, I mean, sure, whenever I like really need to, but aside from that, with my photos, I just, when it comes to sessions or events, like I'll just edit the color, and if there's like a big, really bad slip up, like something bad on the teeth, then even then, sometimes I don't even have to use Photoshop. I can fix it in Lightroom, but I don't do the editing.
Yeah.
Editing, like.
So you primarily use Lightroom.
Yeah. Primarily use Lightroom.
So I've seen you out photoshopping, taking photos at events. So are you more of an event photographer versus a people photographer? Like, what are the difference? Which one do you enjoy most doing?
I think they're kind of the same, except at events, it's not me telling people what to do. It's just me capturing them in their element. And even then, I try to keep it like that when I take people out into sessions. Yeah. But I enjoy both, because I don't like telling people how to pose, this and that. Events are really cool. Like, that's how we met. That's how I saw you. You just be there.
Now, was it a JB event or Creative Mornings? What did we meet first?
I think it was a Creative Mornings event. And then I saw you at a JB, and I was like, what? He's here too? Wait, was it at JB? I forgot where, but I think the first JB event that I saw you at was at Stitch. Because I was just like, there's somebody else here? Like he's over here filming with his phone. I'm like, okay. I think it was Stitch.
Yeah, you did. Because you thought I was there to be the photographer for the event.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I just have my own for myself.
No, yeah, I was like, I hadn't seen him before. Like,
yeah. So that's what I see you at, doing the events and stuff. I think event photography is fun because of what you said. Like, and not that I'm an event photographer, but just watching you all do the work and just capturing, because you're telling the story. Like, I don't know the story until I see your photos, right? Like, I'm in the midst of the event, but once I see your photos posted and things like, I'm like, oh man, now I see the story of in the community impact of something like JB likes food. Like, you don't really see it until you see the photographers, and that's the reason I think. I used to host these events called We Tell Stories. And the main thing that I always wanted there was a photographer, because it was the photographer that really sold the event for me. Yeah. Like, people start seeing the photos and things like that. They were like, oh, I want I want to be there. And then when people see themselves in the photos, they start sharing it. Like the photographer is almost like the heartbeat for me.
Yeah.
Or a great somebody who can capture video well. Like those two things. Like if there's two things that I want at my event, it's gonna be those two things. And they're expensive though. So oftentimes it'd be like, everybody pull out your phones. You know. But a photographer, which rightly so. Like I think you should be paid for your craft and paid well. So so you talked about 2020 being a year for you to get a retainer.
Yeah.
That's one of your goals. Now, are you a goal setter? And if so, what are some other things that you've set for yourself in 2020?
Oh, in 2020?
Or just in general?
In general?
Yeah. You got some...
I would say I've been very goal-oriented.
Okay.
I would say recently I've gotten too comfortable, kind of. But I was when I first started, whenever I was in school, freelancing a little bit, it was just like little $40 here and there for a session. It wasn't really... but I was like, all right, if I save like $20 from each session, then I can buy this microphone to start making like video, because I couldn't do video without. I wasn't gonna do video without some sort of quality mic.
Yeah.
At least not with sound. I'll put a song over it. So I was just, all right, just take money from each little session, $10 here and there, until I save up for this $100 Rode mic. And even with the simplest things like your business cards, little 18-year-old, well, not little, but the 18-year-old me, 19-year-old me was like, all right, now I gotta give myself some business cards. I can't get the flappy ones. Like, I really care about quality. Let me save up an extra $20 to get the $40 to get the little hardish cards. And it's always been like that with equipment. Like, it's just, I've always like set that goal. And even personally, like losing weight or this and that, I've been very goal oriented, and I'm trying to get back to that, because I feel like I haven't, or I just ran out of goals, and I just chilled for a second. But now I'm back. Trying to get to the state of mind of, all right, this is my next goal. This is what else I'm going to invest in and stuff like that. Now
on Instagram, talking about losing weight, you had a journey there of losing weight. What was that?
Yeah, I used to be, I think I started 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was just like, well, my entire life I've always been like overweight, and I was just like, I was starting to like, freelancing was starting to become an actual thing, and I had to meet people, and even health-wise, I just wanted to be the best that I could be. Or for my baby brother, being able to take him to the park and run with him, because I would just be there chilling, like, you go run. I'm like, I'm too tired. Yeah. And I just wanted to really start taking care of myself. So I was just like, all right, to my brother, I was like, Jairo, 2019 is the year. Like, even though I started the process or started going to CrossFit in 2018, that was just like the start. You know, I'm not going to lose everything in the year or be where I want to be in the first year. But I was like, 2019 is the year. Like, I want to be like the best that I can be, especially after studying. Like, I would look up other people and see like what they do, like, to be successful or stuff like that. I'm just like looking good or taking care of myself, like, wouldn't hurt. Like, I feel like when things have been better, like, things, I don't know, like, they should, like, I feel like it was meant for me to like lose weight or make this big transition in this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I really know what you mean. I think because when you start taking care of yourself in that way, you just build confidence. Like, what are some things that you have noticed since you have began to live a healthier life?
Even though, like, even this, I wouldn't even be doing this, you know, like before. I wouldn't be. What else? Just putting myself out there. I would say I wasn't as confident as I am now. And even then, I still get a little bit, like, whenever I shoot an event or creative mornings, I'm just like, I'm like, I'm not, I swear I was confident, but I am not confident. I have to go and like move around. A lot of people take pictures, and I'm just there like mentally preparing. But I would say confidence has definitely been like the biggest.
For sure.
Biggest.
Now, how'd you get connected with Creative Mornings?
Creative Mornings, I don't know, like 18, like I'm telling you, right after high school, like I just always been in love with like OKC. Like I've seen it grow a lot. And while everybody else was saying I'm ready to leave OKC this, and I'm just like, I don't really have that option, so like let me look into what I can get involved in. And Creative Mornings was, I was just Googling, and I think it was Visit OKC or events, something like that shows you what's going on. And I always just saw it, but I never went because it was a Friday morning, and I'm just like, I don't have, who's gonna go with me? Like, I don't know any of these people. Like, I don't know, like, you know?
Yeah.
And then I finally went to one as I started getting connected more, like, with people and started meeting new people, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go. Like, you want to go? I'm just like, oh, you're gonna be there? Like, okay, like, I can go. I can finally go. Like, you know?
Yeah.
I know somebody who's gonna go, even though I'm a big advocate for go do this and that alone, because I've gotten a lot doing that myself, but Creative Mornings was a whole different thing, and it's really cool. Creative Mornings is
Creative Mornings is
and
really...
the one that I shot where I saw you at Red Rooster, that one was my friend Jordan. Do you know who Jordan Mobley is?
I know Jordan Mobley. Yeah,
she was gonna shoot that one, but she got sick.
She has shot a lot of them. Yeah.
She was just like,
oh, and so she invited you to come do it since. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Jordan's really cool. She's done that a lot with other events too.
Yeah. No, Creative Mornings has been really great. So I don't know if you know Tina, the lady who started Creative. So Creative Mornings is a global event. Mm-hmm. And so Tina, she lives in Brooklyn, but she also has a great blog called Swiss Miss. Okay. She has a co-working space called Friends Work Here. This is in Brooklyn, and so I've been following her for years, and I've always wanted to do I wanted to start Creative Mornings, and but Guthrie was too small, and I didn't want to travel back and forth and really make that happen in Oklahoma City, and so my friend Hannah decided to take it on, and I don't even know if she knew that I wanted to do that at some day.
Hey, she stole your idea.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
No, but so I was grateful that she did it, and I've been able to be a part of it ever since they started them. So, but great community, get to meet people like yourself, and really connect with folks. Wait.
So you've been doing that since it started, the handshakes?
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like I would have known you way before if I would have gone to. Okay, I was just like, all of a sudden, like, I see Eddie.
No, yeah. I've been around for a while.
Okay.
And so We Tell Stories, we used to do it at Java Days right there by where Camps 1910 is. We did that for years. And so that's how I know JB is from an event called We Tell Stories. And I don't know if you know like Sean Johnson and Marcus Cadence and all of those people. Do you know them?
No, but I know like JB's always talking about you like, I want Hetty. If Hetty's not going to be, I don't want to do this. Like Hetty has to be the one.
Yeah, and so anyway, that's how it's through We Tell Stories. Vernon, you know Vernon Dees? No, you don't know any of these people?
Is that OKC? OKC?
Yeah, OKC. Yeah, Vernon Dees. You don't know Group Fly?
Oh yeah, I was gonna wear one of their hoodies today. I have a green.
Yeah, so that's Vernon.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yes. So she's like, is that OKC? Yeah, all these people are in Oklahoma City.
Okay, no, yeah. I don't know the owner personally or of Group Fly, but I've always I like Group Fly. They actually like made nice, cool, local.
Yeah, we gotta get you out more.
Huh?
We gotta get you out more.
I know, right? I feel like I already, but I didn't know his name.
That's cool. So tell me about the first ever film you put together.
The first ever film.
What was it about? Even if it was 60-second film or whatever, the first video you actually edited and put it all together. What was it about? When was it?
I think... Oh, that's so funny that you say that. It could be like the most like random video.
Yeah.
I was going through my YouTube page yesterday, my personal one, and the first video on there was the Harlem Shake. You know, the 2013.
The Harlem Shake. Oh yeah. What's your is it your name?
Steph Montelongo. Yeah, the personal one's Steph Montelongo.
Wait, Steph
Montelongo. Monte.
Wait, Steph. I feel like am I not subscribed to you?
Like it's all the way at the bottom and
Montelongo.
Yeah.
I can't spell. Monto.
Monte. LONGO. Yeah. It was a Harlem
there
Shake.
you are.
And that was with the phone.
The first one was with a phone?
Yeah, it was
Way
with
to
the
go.
phone. But it's still like terrible quality and the music's not in sync, but I was just like, I really always wanted to do this, and I can definitely look back into that video and be like, I've always,
Uh-huh. Where is this at? Is this at your school?
Yeah, at the high school that I went to.
Okay.
UC
Oh.
Yeah. I was looking at that.
Oh, so you edited like it went from the guy to them all doing it at once.
Yeah, and it was like just a quick jump cut edit. Like it was nothing special because I just saw that in other videos. Like after like the main, where people go crazy with the Harlem. What was it called? The Harlem Shake?
Yeah, Harlem Shake. Yeah. That was Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Wow, it's about to be 7 years.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's about to be 7 years.
That's crazy.
Cool.
No, yeah.
And so I see some other stuff on here. Keep families together. Saturday in Dallas.
Yeah, those are mostly from that channel. Those are mostly like for fun like me videos, and then I have another channel that.
Oh, what's your other channel?
But even then, the other channel doesn't have like the content that
Well,
I'm working on my website.
What is it?
It's Steph Montelongo. It's the same, but just put RAPHY. Steph Montelongraphy.
You say
RAPHY by my name, by the last name.
Mm-mm.
Those are like weddings.
Montelongo.
NGRAPHY.
Yeah, it's not popping up.
Let me see. Is it Steph Montelongraphy? Here, let me see.
You may need this to be able to do it.
Yeah.
For those of you all who are listening, we're trying to find her YouTube page, so she's actually typing it. Now, if you're watching on video, you can see this, but she's typing it in. So, because I'm just trying to make sure that I subscribe to her and be able to encourage her to continue to create and do work. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that I'm not really big. I'm working on my website, so I don't have to. It's just things that I made whenever I was younger that I don't feel like represent me anymore.
So do you like doing, I see a lot of weddings on here. Do you like doing weddings and engagement stuff? Yes,
I do. And I feel like that's where a lot of like filmmakers kind of start with the weddings. I really do like, I really like, I'm telling you the truth. I love wedding days. I love filming them. I like making things look cinematic. And stuff like that, but like long-term wise, like weddings isn't like what I want to do. I don't want to stay in that forever. But I love weddings. Hey, like I love weddings. I really do. I feel like I'm a part of the family. And I love weddings.
That's good. So 10 years from now, what does it look like for you? Like if it was the ideal situation, what does it look like for you 10 years from now?
I'm making documentaries on things that like matter and that I stand for, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Documentaries. That's just I just like documentaries. That's what I see myself really wanting to do in 10 years, or that's what I picture myself doing at least.
How do filmmakers make money off documentaries?
I don't know. I don't know.
Documentaries is essentially you just going out. Do they raise money for it? Do you raise money? Like somebody so let's say that you're doing a documentary on HIV, and you would get organizations, individuals that want to advocate for that, tell their story.
Recently I found out that people can actually apply for grants for filmmaking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I think that's a lot of the thing that some people apply for when they make their own independent kind of thing. Like with me, like as much as I would love to create those on like my own and get the funding for that, I wouldn't mind me just being the DP. Like right now, I'll go in and do like, let's say video work for who have I worked with recently? Okay, let's just say OK Policy. Like I go in there, I'm the DP, I'm the one filming, editing, doing this and that. I would like to be part of where like I'm the one just like filming, team like that, so I don't have to figure out the other logistic parts. So I just want to be there filming with the team, because I don't know why it's so much better with the team. I always thought it could always just be me by myself. No. And at first I was just like, I don't need nobody else.
Yeah.
But it's so much cooler when there's somebody else who knows how to do this and that, like sound. So I'd just like to be the DP, filming, not worried about like, I mean, editing too. I like editing, but not really worried about that. Maybe, yeah.
Do you like editing?
Yeah, I really.
What's your go-to? Premiere, Final Cut?
Final Cut. I really wanted to learn Premiere, but when we were in school at Francis Soto, they were like, "No, everybody's using Final Cut Pro right now," and I'm just like, "Are you sure?" Because sure. I see everybody else using Premiere Pro, and I wanted like they're using Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
Final Cut Pro, like I feel like even before I went to that class, for me at least, it was a pretty common sense, like, oh, just drag this and that. And Premiere Pro, I open it and I'm just like, where do I start? Why didn't you teach me Premiere Pro instead? Yeah. But Final Cut Pro gets the job done, or at least what I need to do, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
Some people look at me like, Final Cut? What?
Yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah, Final Cut.
I use Final Cut, even though I'm not a professional.
Final
Cut's where I'm at, because Final Cut is I feel like it's easier. So whenever I was researching it, I had Premiere for a little while, and I was adjusting and learning it. But I wanted something fast, like, and Final Cut just seemed like what people were saying. It allows for you to move faster than Premiere does, and I just want super simple edits and cuts and things like that. And so, but right now, I use LumaFusion quite a bit too. Have you used LumaFusion?
No, the only other editing softwares I've heard about recently,
Resolve
and DaVinci or something like that. But I haven't heard of Luma.
Yeah, LumaFusion. So it's only on the iPhone and iPad.
Okay.
And so it's really nice. It's fast. I actually sometimes what happens is I will do my edits in Final Cut Pro. Then I will airdrop it into my iPad and put it into my LumaFusion, and then that's how I upload it to YouTube, because it just seems quicker. It seems quicker whenever I upload it from the iPad than it takes forever to upload to YouTube from my laptop. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous.
No, I'm a big fan of your entire work. Like, people saw how invested you were. No, like, that's really cool. People, even when they ask me, like, what do you use for editing? How can I edit? I'm just like, dude, use iMovie.
Yeah.
You don't. Why are you so caught up in like the fanciness of what Premiere Pro? Like, you know what I use? I use iMovie on steroids. Final Cut Pro just has a little bit more than iMovie. But I always suggest, like, I'll go like best iPhone editing app. Like, you don't need a laptop or I've always been a big advocate for use what you can. Because I was with the 70D and I was making good content like with the 70D, or even like give me your iPhone 11, or even my iPhone 8, and I can go make something cool, and you can too. Like, you just have to be creative with it.
You have to be creative. You have to be able to tell a great story. Yeah. And I've seen some amazing people. I've seen some people do some amazing things with like nothing. You did that with what? And that's when it's just kind of having the right eye to be able to see things. Edits helps with that. Like, if you know how to edit well, but man, you don't need a whole bunch of fancy stuff to do the work. I think some of that is just the way that the world has us, like, it tells us that we need this, and it's like, oh, I gotta help. Like these mics though, like, makes it so much easier to have good quality sound. Like, this is one of the few things I'd be like, no, maybe those mics do make a difference, but everything else, like, I'm seriously going to all phones. And so I'm just using my old phones to do my videos, because cameras are big. Like, I'm not gonna carry that around. I always have my phone with me, and so, and now with LumaFusion I can edit from my phone and do all that stuff, and so it's just fun. I just try to do my best. So one of the things that I really want people to be able to know about you is kind of like, where can people find you? What do you typically get hired for?
People can find me my Instagram. I wish I had a website, but my Instagram is Steph Montelongo. I guess other social medias are fine, but Instagram is where I'll put my like work. And what I typically do, I do like events, portraits. I work with organizations to tell stories, whatever campaign they're working on. It can be health, immigration, education, because those are things that I just like really like and want to push more stories for out. But yeah, that's a lot of the work that I do. It's Steph Montelongo.
What are you doing to get the word out about the work that you do? Like, are you just using social media? What have you found to be allow for you to have the most success as far as gaining more clients? Is it social media, word of mouth? What are you doing?
At first, I would say it was social media, but now, it was really social media at first, and I was very like, I don't need a website. But now, I feel like recently it's really just the word of mouth, the people. Like I am nothing without the people who have put my name out there for so and so client or gig. But it's really the word of mouth, because without the people, like I wouldn't be where I am, honestly.
Yeah.
It's really the word of mouth and just really putting myself in spaces. Like let's say there was this one gig, as you saw on my personal YouTube, it was a Keep Families Together like rally. I just went there with my camera, filmed content, and then after that, what do you know, I'm doing teacher walkout content for them and just more similar stuff to that. Because I forgot what the question was. Just being in those in spaces but genuinely wanting to be in them. Because if you go somewhere and like you just meet that kind of people, and that's like the kind of work that you're gonna get, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've always been like very intentional, like with the spaces that I'm in and the kind of work that I want to focus on.
Yeah.
You know?
Cool. That's good.
Yeah.
So earlier this morning, and I never had done this before, but I had the person pull out their phone and tell me what apps are on your home screen.
What apps are on my phone screen?
What apps do you have on your home screen? Tell me some of your apps that you're using right now.
Some of the apps that I'm using right
Wait,
now?
go ahead and just stay. You don't have to just tell me. Yeah. So you can keep having the mic in front of you.
So you have the basic social media apps.
So what is that? Instagram, Twitter,
YouTube, and then like the Google Docs, calendar, Drive. Snapchat.
Oh, are you still snapping?
Yeah, but you know what I found out recently? Like recently I was at like this breakout conference, and I don't normally ask people for their Snap or social media when I first meet them, but anyways, there was somebody I was like snapping. They're like, "Oh, you use Snapchat?" And most of the people there were like a little bit like just not old, but they were just like in their 30s. I'm just like, oh, it makes sense. Like people don't use Snapchat, and I don't really use it like crazy, but that's more of like my personal social media. Like what I post on there, I'm not gonna post on Instagram. It's just more like my life kind of based content. Like Instagram is just like,
I feel like Snapchat has lost some of its momentum.
Yeah,
you know,
there's not.
But they, for a minute there, I mean, they were booming.
No,
but I'd have to ask my kids if they're still using it. I don't know if they're.
I feel like they are.
Yeah,
I feel like
still snapping.
Yeah, and then I have Huji. You know what Huji is?
No, what's Huji?
It's like here. I'm gonna take one of you right now. I only take rare moment pictures. Huji is like this like disposable camera.
Oh,
and
okay.
it like. Here, I'm going to take one of you right here, and it's going to, like, process it like if it was a film camera. Like, it just makes a little...
Oh, yeah. Whose app is that? Who made that app?
I don't know.
Okay.
But Huji, I was like, people, like, make the cool little old effect. And then I have, like, my drone apps, or the Ronin, DJI Go 4, Hover, Air Map, the Ronin.
Those are all drone apps?
One of them was a stabilizer, but one of them is like the main app that I use for the jump, and the other ones are like to look at the area to see if I'm able to fly, where I'm allowed to fly.
Oh, okay.
And then the email, and then the cash apps, Venmos, Lyfts, Uber, Limes, Chase.
Man, so Cash App is money.
Cash App is whack.
What? Are you serious? So
Have you heard of Venmo? Venmo.
I have heard of Venmo, but Venmo's weird to me.
No, Cash App is weird to me. You know, Cash App asks you for like half the fee for like right away. Like it asks you for the entire money, and Venmo asks you for like 10%, like 25 cents or.
Okay.
But there's Zelle. You know what Zelle is?
No, I haven't heard of Zelle.
Do you have
Zell?
bank? Do you have a Chase?
No, I don't have Chase.
Oh, it's just, or maybe other. Zelle just like sends it right into your account. You don't need to.
Oh, it doesn't hold it.
Yeah, you don't need to hold it, but that's like more like. But I love Venmo. Like, I used to be a huge advocate for Cash App. I'm like, Venmo? Like, what are you talking about? And then no, Venmo has made my life easier. Like, stop using Cash App and PayPal. Get Venmo.
Look at this.
Get Venmo.
I'm gonna have to look at the Zelle.
Yeah, and then I have Airbnb, Nike Run. I rarely use it. And then Elevate.
Element. Oh, is that a photography app?
No, it's I always like, since I didn't go like to college or anything, I still want to keep my brain going. And
yeah. I think my little brother does that. Does it like track how many days? Like every day, it gives you a mind twisting kind of.
Yeah, it has like they're like games, but like kind of like educational. Like let's say instead of throwing a ball or whatever, like you're throwing a word or number.
Yeah.
So I just like to, cause I like to read, but I don't really to just keep me going. Yeah. But I'm just like sometimes reading is too much. So I just like let me find something funnier, something funner, and Elevate kept popping up on the ads. They know everything. They know. They're like, I'm hungry. You see Taco Bell right there. You didn't even say it, and they just read your mind. Well, Elevate. I'm like, how do you know? I want to like,
That's fun. You got any upcoming events?
Upcoming events? No, not that I like. My life is really random. Like, that like creative mornings. Like the night before, Jordan was like, "Hey, you can go shoot." So it's really like I never know what I'm gonna do until like probably like the week before. Or, yeah. Cool. Do I have any big events?
Are you gonna shoot the JB Likes Food Awards?
Oh yeah, that's something. Go buy your tickets.
Yeah,
go buy your tickets.
Go get your tickets.
Go get your tickets.
What is that? February the
25th. It's on a Tuesday night.
Tuesday night at the Tower Theater.
At the Tower Theater. Yeah. But
you're gonna be the photographer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be the host.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. We're the team.
Yeah, so come on out.
No, yeah. JB was like, Hetty has to. I'm telling you, he's always like, Hetty. No, but yeah, JB likes food and yeah.
Good. Well, thank you for coming and hanging out with me and talking photography and life and sharing your story. I wish you the best and hopefully you'll get somebody hire her. She's looking for a retainer in 2020.
I am. Hey, I want your lights though. I'm just telling you. I'm just like, Hetty has a really good setup.
Those lights are really. People ask about that. So I'm like, those are. I think they're like $40.
Really?
Yeah. Amazon. I'll find the link and send it to you. Yeah. I can go through my history and send it to you. Yeah, it's inexpensive. It's not that much. So, anyway, thank you again. I appreciate you, and ladies and gentlemen. I deeply appreciate you hitting that play button for another episode of the Hetty Coleman podcast. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, go win.